and home invasion, why this seal caused something of a stir for one family and their cat in New Zealand. Now imagine this terrifying scenario. You've come back to your house, you're about to put the key in the lock and you notice something's not quite right. Something's been moved in the porch and there's a noise coming from inside. You tentatively open the door and find you've been the victim of a break-in and the culprit is still there staring back at you. Well, that's exactly what happened to one family in New Zealand, and this was their unwelcome house guest. This is Oscar. He made himself very comfortable at one family home in New Zealand at their house in Mount Maunganui, a coastal town about 200 kilometres south of Auckland. It's thought Oscar managed to worm his way through 2 cat flaps before having a bit of a nosy around.
I want to bring you this rather delightful story. It does sound like something out of a children's book, but it's a real-life tale. It's about a seal which took up residence on a family's sofa. It happened in New Zealand.
So this is the moment when the seal was discovered exploring the house, which is about 150 metres from the sea. Apparently got in by squeezing through the cat flap.
And it was quite happy to pose for photos, obviously. The seal's been named, as you do, named Oscar, collected by conservation officers and returned to the ocean. Clever seal.
Came through the cat flap.
Yeah. There you go.
I dare say, if they're a cat in residence, have we seen the cat? I know we've seen the cat in the pictures.
No,
if the cat,
there's the cat. Is that the cat? Or is that
it
the
must
seal?
have got quite a
That's
shock.
the cat, I think. Fabulous.
I see Ben looking in there.
It's a delightful tale, isn't it, Ben?
Seal through the cat flap.
I was trying to work out if that was a cat or a seal, Charlie, to be honest.
I thought it was a cat at the end, wasn't it?
There was a cat that lived there. I did read that there was a cat that lived in the house. So,
Yes,
you know, obviously, because there was a cat flap.
They had a cat flap. Yeah. This does sound like something out of a children's book. It's about a seal which takes up residence in a family home. They actually did happen in real life. It happened in New Zealand.
So these are the images of the seal discovered exploring the house. The house is about 150 metres from the sea, we're told, after the seal squeezed its way through the cat flap. That's how it got in.
And obviously it was quite relaxed because it was able to pose for photos. It spent so much time there it even got named. Oscar was its name. I think that's the cat. I'm not sure. Oh, no, that's the seal. It's one of those magic pictures. So the seal's head is actually turning towards us, OK? But because there's that little triangle on the right, which of dark, you think that it's the cat's head with its ears, but it's actually the seal's turning towards us.
What we know, because the owners have done a few interviews, is there is a cat in residence. Obviously, got a cat flap. There is a cat in residence who presumably had something of a surprise.
Conservation officers have returned Oscar to the ocean. He's fine.